We wanted to go a little bit further back to the style of our first album, Hellish Crossfire. Hellbound was a good starting point for reconnecting with the band's roots, but we felt that overall that album came off as a tamer version of the debut. It was lacking some of the thrashiness that the band had fused with the back then current speed metal antics to create their own unique sound. However, somewhere along the line there were things happening that we did not set out to do, but we were ultimately happy that these things occurred. Number one, despite the added thrashiness, the songs definitely have their fair share of melody and atmosphere. And number two, our music has gotten more intricate, a bit more technical, and overall more interesting and less meat and potatoes. Hmm, good question. I won't call it pressure, but we definitely owe a lot to the band's name that most of us simply inherited. And we not only wanted to live up to its legacy, but also expanding the legacy ourselves by giving the band relevance in present times. In general, everyone can offer whatever they think might fit the band's musical idea. What we're using from that bulk of material and whatnot is usually a band decision. This time, however, it wasn't that easy. There was some turmoil going on in the band, which led to a member change, but that was only partly due to creative differences. It'll be really hard to explain the whole story, and it would take up a lot of time, but in the end, for this album, the main driving forces were the two guitar players and myself. Out of all the songs from the album, bonus track included, Rob and Nino had written three songs each, musically, and I had written five, and among them were the three singles. Lyrics were also my part once again. Luckily, we don't, but it still affected us because, as you know, we recently recorded an album and that costs money. The cover art, the videos, new merchandise, and without the live shows, we have to put more and more into it ourselves, but that only works until a certain point is reached. Hopefully, we'll be able to make it, but I can tell you that there are a lot of other bands and artists, as well as clubs, promoters, etc., that suffer because of this more than we do, and in the end, every single one of those that won't make it, I consider to be a big loss to the world of music and art. So hopefully everyone keeps in mind how important supporting your favorite artist really is, especially nowadays. Right now we resumed rehearsals. We definitely want to play live again, since that is a major aspect of the band and the thing we certainly enjoy doing the most. There are already a couple of shows scheduled for 2021, and hopefully there will be a lot more to come. We happen to meet a lot of great young bands on the road, and they're all awesome. At least I cannot think of any band that wasn't. So I think it would be unfair to just name a few, but it would also take some time to mention them all. Lately, I'm listening to a lot of Iron Maiden again, especially some of the albums that I felt needed a bit more of my attention. But in general, I listen to all kinds of metal. And when it's not metal, it's usually classical music. Believe it or not.